Hey, I want to say hi Twitch, hi YouTube. It's Coreythemaan. We back in it. Yeah. Let's see what we got today. So we got a WWE video. It's 10 minutes long. I'm gonna set up my devices while the video is playing.
What is going on, guys? It is WrestleMania here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Stone Cold versus CM Punk happening, why Punk can't talk about AEW on WWE programming, WWE releases their talent, and more to come. WWE confirms Roman Reigns' next appearances, Roman Reigns' potential Rumble opponents, Matt Hardy frustrated by AEW creative, Nia Jax throws shade at Ronda Rousey, and Ric Flair caused AEW embarrassment, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, WrestleMania.com. And now let's see the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at a rumor as WWE officials want CM Punk vs Stone Cold Steve Austin to happen. On top of today's news is a rumor that some WWE higher-ups are hoping that a dream match between Punk and Stone Cold Steve Austin could happen. Now that Punk has returned to WWE, fans are already salivating at the chance of seeing a major match such as Punk vs Seth Rollins or Punk vs Roman Reigns. However, a new report suggests that they could have something even bigger. Fightful Select is reporting that some WWE officials are lobbying for a Punk vs Austin match. As of now, we're told many in WWE are hopeful and even optimistic that the match could finally be put together. One source in the company had indicated that many ideas have already been floated between CM Punk and WWE. We've not heard how far along in talks, planning or pitches that is, but that if it all went well, the ideal scenario would.
Here's one thing you need to do before buying anything
Did
online.
they say at
Don't spend another
WrestleMania
dime
or?
on Amazon until you watch this.
So I kind of
We'll
want to see
see
him
Punk flying
versus
to Austin to go over ideas. However, don't get ready to buy
Roman at
tickets just
WrestleMania.
yet. As the report notes, one source indicated that while that is the ideal scenario, there's a lot to get through first. Those close to Austin say they've never heard him mention any personal issues that the two would need to get over, and actually indicated that they dropped messages to each other a couple of times a year or so. On paper, there's no reason to believe a Punk vs Austin match can't happen, as Steve Austin more than showed he's capable of working a 10-minute plus match when he battled Kevin Owens at WrestleMania 39. However, Austin would need to get time into in-ring shape. He'd also have to work around his schedule, which includes his various business enterprises and TV appearances. Austin is going to be rushed into anything just because the WWE smells a huge box office hit. Fortunately, the increase in number of stadium shows and shows at international venues means that WWE has many choices for booking a match this big besides WrestleMania. As a matter of fact, the WWE may have already made so many big matches planned for Mania that it might want to save this for another show such as SummerSlam or one of its Saudi Arabia events. However, as we pointed out, it's unknown if Punk will work in Saudi Arabia. Next up, Shawn Michaels' advice for CM Punk. There's plenty of talk of CM Punk's return, including comments from those in the wrestling industry. One such person is Shawn Michaels. Michaels, who recently chatted with Peter Rosenberg about Punk's return, noting he and Punk have some similarities. I understand business, and also, look, I also wasn't the most popular guy to people, but I was really good at my job, and I feel that's one of the reasons I've had one here at the WWE for almost 40 years, because again, I'm dependable and I'm good at my job, and I think that if you're that, there's always an opportunity here. Michaels, who currently serves as the WWE Senior Vice President of Talent Development Creative, opened up about Punk's return, saying, "I'm happy for him, I'm happy for the company, I'm happy for the WWE fanbase, the WWE universe. Stories like this are always fantastic, even if they're controversial. That's part of what makes them fantastic. Now expect to hear more comments from people in and outside the WWE. AEW announcer and WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross recently commented on Punk's return, saying, "It was a great booking and good judgment by Paul Levesque, aka Triple H. A perfect end to the show." Next up, why Punk can't talk about AEW and WWE programming. Now, if you're waiting for CM Punk to dish the dirt on his run in AEW, well, you're going to be disappointed. As Dave Meltzer is reporting, for those wondering or disappointed that Punk said nothing about AEW, it's because both he and others have signed several NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, regarding talking publicly about the other. There was already speculation about this as Tony Khan was recently asked about Punk's AEW
I don't think that's
exit
the
and
truth.
replied, "I can't talk about that.
I think
And not to
MGF
dodge
was
or
just
duck
talking
your
about
question,
CM Punk.
it's just not something I can legally talk about."
I think him
Are you
or
guys disappointed that Punk can't talk about AEW on WWE?
What was
Let us
that
know in the
guy's name?
comments down below. Next up, WWE releases their talent with more to come. Now, it's unfortunately bad news, as
Eddie
NXT
Kingston.
backstage interviewer Mackenzie
I think he
Mitchell, who
was
joined
talking
in
about CM Punk.
2019, has been let
Him
go
or
from the
MJF.
company. She
I'm not
confirmed on
sure.
X saying, "Today I was released by WWE. I met my husband, moved across country from Connecticut to Florida for NXT, a place I've always considered home, and met friends that became like family. I've always said and firmly believe in when one door closes, another opens." Now, unfortunately, there may be more bad news, as Brandon Thurston is reporting that there were mass layoffs today at WWE company headquarters. Right now, it's unknown how many people have been let go, but there were mass firings earlier this year when WWE merged with Endeavor. Of course, we'll continue this story as it unfolds. Next up, WWE confirms Roman Reigns' next appearances. Roman Reigns' next appearances on WWE TV have been confirmed. Roman, who's been off TV since defeating LA Knight at Crown Jewel, will be back sooner than some fans expected. WWE's X account noted, "Just announced, tickets on sale now to acknowledge your tribal chief Roman Reigns live at SmackDown. On the 15th December, Green Bay, Wisconsin. On 5th January, Vancouver, BC. And 19th January, Atlanta, Georgia." This is good news for fans of the tribal chief who were concerned he might not appear until 2024. While it was believed that Roman would be back in time to promote the 27th January's Royal Rumble, there was speculation that he was done for 2023. This seemed reasonable since Reigns worked a very limited schedule. With Randy Orton making it clear that he has some receipts for the bloodline, it seems likely that Roman and Randy will meet in the near future, perhaps even as early as 15th December SmackDown. Whether this leads to a match involving Randy and Roman remains to be seen. Next up, Roman Reigns' potential Rumble opponents. Now, speaking of Roman's potential opponents for the Rumble, Dave Meltzer is weighing in on this week's Observer. Right now, or at least of early in the week, it wasn't locked in who that would be with. A few names have been considered, Orton being one of them. Orton, Owens, and Knight would on paper seem like the top names, but none are a lock, and Knight was supposed to go in another direction as of last week. As we suggested on our website, it would be foolish to book an Orton vs Reigns match and have the Viper job out shortly after his return. While the talk surrounding Roman's possible opponent seems to be on a singles match, they could keep things interesting by booking a tag match. Next up, WWE holding off on a Roman vs Punk match. Is the WWE going to take its time with Roman Reigns vs CM Punk? While the match seems like a foregone conclusion, Meltzer's reporting, "For right now, the plan is to take a lot of time before getting there. The feeling right now is that it will be gigantic at the time they choose to get there. Whether it results in Heyman leaving Reigns for Punk and Punk going heel and Reigns face, which was the speculation we got, there are multiple different ways to approach that. The key is to peak it timing-wise, although it'll probably work big whenever it happens, but there are risks." One major star who saw the situation said that they'd better get there within 6 months because of the injury risk or uncertainty with Punk. Punk's history of injuries might lead to the WWE running the program sooner rather than later. When do you think they should actually book this match? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Matt Hardy frustrated by AEW Creative. Is Matt Hardy growing tired with how he and his brother Jeff are being booked? Matt discussed this on his Extreme Life of Matt Hardy podcast, saying, "I mean, just creatively, like just the way we've been utilized like the last 4 months. It's been very frustrating. We've been very patient, but there's been a lot of frustration, things we've done and kinda how we've been utilized in some ways." Hardy discussed he and Jeff embracing personas as harder-edged heels, something he says they've never done. What do you guys think of the way the Hardys have been booked in AEW? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Nia Jax throws shade at Ronda Rousey. Nia Jax recently threw shade at Rousey in an interview.
What is that?
I got a plan.
Sorry about that, y'all.
Leading to fans wondering whether Jax is talking trash or there's something more to our comments. Jax, who's been enjoying a strong push since her return to WWE this September, recently spoke with Albany area radio station 105.7 and had this to say about her former tag team partner and occasional foe, Shayna Baszler. "She is a great expert at her judo moves. She's a former UFC fighter. She did take out Ronda Rousey. Rousey just got sent to a whole other company lesser than us. Shayna does get credit for that, being so close to her and knowing her every move. I definitely have some good counters. I'm a lot stronger than her. I'm a lot more powerful. I think I'll be okay." Now, is Jax just talking trash as some WWE superstars are known to do when a colleague leaves WWE, or is there something more personal to her comments? This wouldn't be the first time fans question whether Jax has legitimate heat with Ronda Rousey. You may recall an interview Jax gave that some believe referenced Rousey's first run in WWE. As noted by comicbook.com, Jax, who feuded with Rousey during a run with the company, caused a stir a few weeks when she talked about how she had to go to WWE officials and stand up for Alexa Bliss after she'd been repeatedly injured by an unnamed wrestler. Given Bliss's concussion history, it wasn't hard to make the connection that she was talking about Rousey. Do you think Jax is staying in character, or could there be some legit heat between her and Rousey? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Ric Flair caused AEW embarrassment. Now, in case you missed it, Slick Rick
Wonder
came
how he
under
did
fire
that.
on social media after he cut a promo on Rampage, inviting women from 18 to 28 to stop by his hotel room and leave their boyfriends and husbands behind. Anyone familiar with the Nature Boy has heard this promo before, but apparently some fans felt it was disturbing, perhaps because of Flair's septuagenarian status or the allegations that have hung over him concerning the plane ride from hell. Flair tweeted, "I'm so tired of hearing all this negativity. I don't need to work and I don't need the money. Can't I simply enjoy being by my dear friend Sting's side for the next few months without so much hatred? I know I'm old, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy life. I've earned the right to do whatever I want and exactly what I want to be. I appreciate everything, Tony Khan, but I'm more than willing to walk away if I'm embarrassing you and your company. All I can say is I'm sorry." Both Jericho and Stone Cold actually
He
went
do
to the
got a lot
defense
of
of
money.
Ric Flair.
Plus
Should Ric
Charlotte
Flair
Flair.
walk away from AEW? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
I don't know. Thank